All right. So this is what the internet is mad about this week. Welcome to another episode of This Stays Between Us, where we roast what's trending.
Welcome back. Okay, we're going to be making some confessions, and we're going to be reading some confessions, I guess. As you notice, our studio
Has upgraded.
so cute. It's been such a journey getting everything ready for this.
Hopefully it'll continue to get better.
Yes, it's a
The
work in
sign
progress.
might fall at any moment because as we try to put the anchors in, they got pushed into the wall further in. So I don't know what happened there, but it's up.
All we can say is that if you know any set designer looking for a job, we don't
Looking
pay well,
to
but we have
freelance.
work.
For free.
Yeah. We definitely have some work they can do.
We need help.
Yeah. Special shout out to my mom for helping me put the wallpaper up. We did get in a few fights, but we're good now, okay?
It brought you closer together at the end of the day. Probably.
It sure did. I had to finish the work with my boyfriend. He was nicer to me.
He has more to lose.
Yeah. No,
That
for
makes
real.
sense.
No, they were great help. I'm glad they were here to help.
That's good.
Yeah, but I'm very excited. I feel like our little studio is shaping up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the audio's getting better, the video's getting better, so
Slow improvements.
yeah, slow and steady.
Yeah. Let us know if there's anything that you think we need to add or change to our little setup here.
Or just compliment us. That helps
That
our ego.
helps too, yeah. Tell us we're doing great. Okay. Crystal, something I'm really curious to know about is about your journey with the boob reduction.
That hasn't started.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what was that? I know you went to a consultation, so what was
did.
that all like?
Yeah, so I actually had a roommate who got a breast reduction like forever ago. And so, and my sister got like some plastic surgery too after having kids. So I asked her first, and then she gave me a recommendation. I called them in 2023 to schedule an appointment. That appointment was for August of 2025.
No
So it's still in the books.
way.
It was so long ago that I don't even have their number to call back to confirm the time or the date.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They were that far booked?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Just for the consultation, not even
Yeah.
the surgery. That could, I don't even know. That's probably would be in like 2040. I might be dead.
I know, there's no
I know.
guarantee they'll still have a client
I
by
might
then.
be in the ground or cremated somewhere by the time they have an appointment for me. But yeah, but then I reached out to one of my roommates and I was
boobs.
like, I know, just the boobies with me. But yeah, I reached out to one of my old roommates and she was like, oh, I should go to this guy. And I actually was able to schedule an appointment within like a couple months, which was really good.
Yeah.
And I went in and I always wear like a minimizer bra because they're too big at this point. It has to be like a sports bra or whatever. And if anyone is struggling with this, I did find some really good ones on Amazon after searching for years, literally. But,
Yeah. Have you tried, like, I know TikTok's got some that they keep pushing out. Have you tried
yeah.
those?
Well, I don't like the ones with the wire under it because it like ends up just digging into you and not having that much coverage.
Yeah.
I found some that they don't have a wire and they have like a coverage up here, so then like your boobs are not trying to escape from the top, which
see.
sometimes mine do.
Yeah.
So those have worked out pretty good. I just barely got them in the mail like a month ago and I've been wearing them. They've been good. So I went for my appointment and they were really, really nice. And when it's kind of awkward because you have to like obviously take your top off. And then this nurse was like, oh, we're going to go into this room and we're going to take some pictures. I'm like, great.
Just please don't post them on the internet.
I know. It's like, is this blackmail so I get the surgery done here? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel.
If you find any other surgeon, these will be posted on Facebook.
I know. Anyway, but she was nice. She was like, well, we're going to make sure that your face is cropped and we're just taking pictures. And then so she's making small talk with me as she's like, okay, now turn to the left. Okay, now center. Now turn to the right. Now do this. And I'm just like hanging. And she's talking to me and I'm like, this is so like uncomfy. And they're all just going in her iPad, and I'm like, okay. And so
she's just like, how was your weekend? You're just got your boobs out.
Like, I don't know. You're like, you could tell my future right now just by looking at my boobies. Also, I noticed that her iPad, the screensaver was a picture of her with like her husband on her wedding day or something. And I'm just thinking like, I hope this is not a personal iPad.
Just imagine her kid later on, like trying to play Minecraft or whatever game, just swiping through.
Yeah, so uncomfy.
So funny.
And it was funny too because she took me back to the other room, and then she was just showing like it made sense because she was like, I'm going to show you some pictures of some of the surgeries that we've done, and so you have an idea of what to expect, and like some people go like smaller than others and whatnot. And so she's showing me a couple of pictures and explaining what the incision would look like. Basically, they call it like the lollipop or whatever.
Love that.
Incision, like cut around your nips and then down, and then like a smiley face around it. And that's how they like remove it and then move stuff up. And so I kind of understood that already because I've done some research, not a lot, but like just enough to be like, where do I go to cut these off? And like, please help. Yeah, so she's just showing me them, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. That looks good, I get it. And then she's like, keep showing me pictures. I don't know if she was like trying to buy time for the doctor, but she was showing me pictures of boobs for like 45 minutes. I'm not even lying. She's just scrolling more. And I'm like, okay,
I've never seen so many boobs.
I know. I'm like, this just feels weird now.
Like, I got the point like 5 pictures ago.
I know. And like, all you had to do is like really just show me like one person. Like, this was before, this was after, this is after like a year. That makes sense. But everyone was like before, right after a year, like in so many different boobs. I probably saw like all of Utah Valley's boobs. The full album.
You're just gonna see people like walking around and be like, oh, those are the boobs.
Nice lollipop. Very good. Yeah, it was just kind of awkward. And then the doctor came in and had me like open it. Well, he was looking at me and talking to me for a while. And then he had me open up the gown, and then he was like, oh, I see what you're talking about. And I'm like, thank you for validating me, but at the same time, that was too heavy on the like, I would appreciate like, okay, I understand, but like, oh yeah.
Sir, you're getting reported for that.
No. It's like, okay, you just lost a star in that review. Let's see how the rest of this is gonna go. But also just awkward because he'd like, and I get that it's just the situation. It's not like I felt violated. It was just like weird. But
yeah,
he just like picked up one of my boobs and he's like squishing it and moving it around, and I'm just like right here staring at him like, okay.
You're like trying to not make eye contact. You're like, oh.
It's like, okay.
That is so funny. It's like, usually a man buys me dinner first.
I know. It's like, yeah, come on. At least dessert. I don't know. A soda. Anything. Yeah. So he was just doing that for a while. And there was another lady there, and like, I think just for compliance or whatever, and it wasn't like, he wasn't disrespectful. It was just like, he was doing his thing, but it was my first time. So I'm like, okay.
No, 100%.
Cool. Do you need the other one too?
You're like, the other one's feeling left out now.
I know. Seriously. Yeah. Anyway, so it was kind of awkward, but it's fine. And he was like, yeah, just asking me a bunch of questions. Oh, the other thing that he said, this also hurt my feelings.
Doctors have a way of doing that.
No. And I don't think he was trying to be mean, but it was mean. Because he's doing that, and then he, out of nowhere, just grabs, like, my fat here on my back. And he's like, oh, and we probably want some lipo right here. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, sure. Just cut whatever you don't like.
Oh my gosh. That's like me when I went to the dentist, and the dentist like, well, you could use some filler. I'm like, dude, I'm here for my teeth.
It totally made me think of that. I'm like, stop trying to upsell me. Like, my self-esteem is in the garbage already.
I know. Like, I'm not here for my cheekbones.
I left all my self-esteem on that iPad from the other nurse. Like, come on. Anyway, so that was awkward.
Oh, that's so funny.
Anyway. Yeah, so we wrapped it up, and then I went into this little room with this lady, and she was, I guess, the person who schedules the surgeries, and, like, deals with the billing and stuff. So I was just asking her some questions because I was like, will this be like covered by insurance? Is this out of pocket? And it was just really weird too, because she was like, did he say it was medically necessary? And I was like, he didn't say it, but like they measured me and stuff. And I know based off of like things that I've read from my insurance that it would be, just based on my size and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so,
what are the qualifications for?
So at least through my insurance, from what I've read, you have to be labeled like above average as a size for your frame, which I am. I mean, we'll just go for the TMI, but like I'm a band like 32 or 34, but my cup is a K. So I'm above size.
I didn't even know I went that far down the
I didn't either.
alphabet.
I didn't either. And when I was breastfeeding, it was even larger, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, this is so out of control.
Yeah. Because it must give you so many back problems, too.
Endless. My neck hurts, my back hurts. It's so heavy. And, yeah, I don't know. And when I was breastfeeding, I sometimes would do the hands-free one, because it's just easier. The ones that you put in your bra. But it's like this big, and you're putting that inside your bra with your boobs. I was like, I don't know. I need a tent or something to hold all of this. I don't know how. Yeah, it's just like, it looks like this.
What is it?
It's a hands-free pump.
Oh, a pump.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just put it like in your bra.
You
put your nip in the right spot and then just start the thing. But yeah, so that was like unmanageable. But yeah. So it definitely was. And then another thing I read from the insurance is that they might have like a certain amount that they require you to take off. And it was like 500 grams per boob, which from what I want, it's like 1,000 off each at least. So it would qualify. Yeah. But she was so weird about it. She's like, no, if you didn't say it, it's probably not. And looking at you right now, you probably don't qualify. And I'm like, I'm wearing a sports bra. Trust.
Girl, trust.
Just that once it unclicks,
it got pictures on the iPad over there. Just take a look at those.
I know. Seriously. Yeah. So that was wild.
Yeah.
It's an experience. And then she hands me the bill and she's like, yeah, without insurance, it's like $14,000. And I'm like, okay. Yikes. Wasn't expecting that.
Did she tell you what it would be with insurance?
No. She showed me what the payment plan would be, and then without insurance completely, like just what would be due. And so I'm looking into it. I'm going to go to my doctor and see if I can get something signed from them, because if I do, then I can take it back to the surgeon and then see what that would look like.
Yeah. No, that would be wild if they didn't approve, if it wasn't like covered by insurance, because that's definitely been like a journey for you. I know, yeah. The back issues is not something to be kidding around about.
I know. I just want to run free again. One day. Maybe.
Without them bobbing in the wind.
Punching me and giving me a black eye. It would be nice.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then today, I'm just like on a journey now. But then today I got Botox on my master's finally.
Yeah? How is that feeling?
Good. I mean, it feels a little like numb, I think. It feels a little different talking with it, but that's supposed to help too. So no more grinding my teeth and breaking my front tooth, hopefully. So
hey, there you go.
Just doing all the works, just fixing it up, everything.
Your skin is glowing though. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I also bought some makeup, some new like skincare stuff. I'm like trying to take care of myself more.
Look at you.
Which I have not done in a long time, which is so bad. But yeah. I'm even like using retinol now.
Wow, retinol. I've never had a good experience with retinol.
It's breaking me up.
I was gonna say DVD. It's always, there was this one time I was in college and I had started using retinol because I don't know, I got influenced into it. Yeah, I started using retinol. And I woke up one day and my face was just peeling all over the place. And it's like winter, so I don't really have like I was just in the sun sort of excuse, you know? But it was just, it looked so bad. And I was like, I can't not go to class. Like, I have to.
Yeah.
And it's like the kind of thing that the more makeup you put on to cover it, like the worse it looks. Oh my gosh, I was mortified. I would like go to the bathroom every like 30 minutes to try and like I'd like get some of the skin off, but it was just yeah. And then after that I was like, I don't think I can do the retinol.
Yeah, I think you have to ease into it. That happened to me actually. I went to the dermatologist. I was having like some skin problems also like early in college, and she told me to get benzoyl peroxide, which works really well, but she told me to get like one that had like 10%, which is apparently too high. And then I also fell asleep with it on my face. So I made it even worse. But that happened to me. I was like peeling, and then I put makeup on, and I literally was at work, and like my skin with my makeup was just like, coming off of my face. Just go to the bathroom, and it's like, oh, cool. Like, I just have skin hanging. It was so bad.
Yeah.
It looked good after, but it was...
Yeah, no, the process
burned,
is
like,
brutal. I did a chemical peel once, and that's like what's supposed to happen, right? So, like, I expected it, but I was also like... I hated it so much.
And then not picking.
Yeah, well, you can't pick at it, and it's so noticeable too. And I don't know, it wasn't even a matter, like, I was almost trying to be confident, even like go around where I had to go and be confident or whatever, but it was like, that's not, like, that whole rule did not apply to that situation.
It just looks like you have leprosy or something.
No,
You're just trying to own it.
100%.
Strutting.
And then it's like, I felt fine being around my boyfriend, obviously, like, he didn't care.
Yeah.
But then he, like, made plans with his brother's family, and I was like,
no one didn't see me.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want people to see me. And there's like his nieces and nephews. I was like, I don't want to be around kids when I look like this. I don't want to.
They will destroy you.
They will wreck me. And I also don't want to like give them nightmares. I don't want to be the scary girl their uncle brought around one time. Oh my gosh,
tragic.
It was,
I
but I survived.
That's good.
I'm a survivor.
I'm glad you made it. It's tough.
No, it's
those chemical peels and all that. Oh, yeah.
Have you ever had one?
Yeah, I've done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
And it just, same experience. I'll be so honest, I'm bad and I pick at it. Because I'm like, really, I'm just going to get the skin that's like hanging. Yeah, and then you pull just a little too much and you're like, oh.
It's like with the red skin.
It's
like,
raw.
Yeah. I always get scissors and I like start cutting at the skin that's like.
I'm not coordinated enough to not lose my nose doing that. But I've seen people do that. Yeah. With like the baby scissors, like the eyebrow ones. That's probably better. Have you seen the girl, there's this girl on TikTok that says that she's trying out the caveman skin thing. Yes. And it looks like she has doo-doo on her face. Oh, she's lying.
She's like Scarface, girl.
It's like a clay mask or something. And she just... I saw that she ended it with like a brand deal with CeraVe or something. And like washing her face and it coming off and being like, girl. I mean, I respect the hustle, but also like that's so stupid. Because I saw the first videos I saw of her, she was at the salon like getting her hair done. So she like committed. She was leaving the house with that junk on her face.
I think she even went to like a wedding.
Oh, she would get kicked out of my wedding. Can you imagine?
Like, is that contagious? Yeah.
And ew, like, I mean, she's probably not like a bridesmaid or like someone that's going to be in a lot of pictures. But imagine if she was. I'd be like, you have to go home.
Yeah.
Or like, wash the stupid stuff off your face.
It's like, we can all tell it's a mask.
It looks like mud. You look bad. Also, what kind of treatment is that where like you don't put water on it? It's like, that's not a detox. That's like a fungus infestation. Like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
People are disgusting.
Yeah. Imagine, yeah. I've heard of people doing that with their hair too, of like not washing it for so long. And I can
smell that.
I don't know how they can do it. If like I cannot go for more than like 3 days without washing my hair.
Me neither.
I mean, even after one day, my hair is I think it's like I have enough, like a lot of hair, and so it like the oil gets trapped in there a lot more.
Yeah.
So it needs to be washed more, but like
1000%. If I put my hand like close to like the top and it like slides slightly, I'm like, I'm washing my hair. I don't care if it's been like 2 hours, I'm washing it. Because it just gets like, I don't know. Yeah, I can smell it. It just is nasty. Like the buildup and like just the sweat and like, oh, okay. The other thing I don't understand. People who, I can't do this. They go to the gym and then they like come back, or like they'll do like a get ready with me for work. They'll go to the gym, they'll come back. They take a shower, but they don't wash their hair. And they just put makeup on. It's like, girl, your hair is dirty.
Wash that. I'm actually one of those girls. Sometimes I have to.
I have been in a pinch before, so it's not like I've never done it. But I'm very, like...
No, yeah. If I have the time to shower, in fact, I actually have, like... I have a problem. I love showering. It's one of those things
it's a good problem to have. You're clean.
I just, like, it's so relaxing, and it feels just so good.
Yeah.
But I don't have enough time in my day to shower as much as I would like to shower.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what the second thing was. I think that it's also not very good to shower too much. You know, like there is such a thing as like washing your hair too much. And so anyway, I
get that. Like you have your natural oils and stuff, but I feel like that's like
no, but I have a hard time.
Is okay.
I have a hard time. Yeah. I get in this debate with people all the time. Like, how often should you wash your hair? Because I am all for once a day. Not at least. Because that's when we get into problem. But like either once a day or once every other day.
I think it definitely depends on what kind of hair you have. But I feel like the trend to not wash your hair to like cleanse it or whatever just clogs up your pores and it leaves it nasty.
Yeah.
I don't think that helps at all. And look, maybe it works for you. I can't. I've tried it. Like, I'm not hating from outside the club. I have tried it and it's disgusting. It makes it so my hair is like really not growing. It looks worse because it's nasty.
Yeah, it's like sticking to your scalp.
Yeah.
It's super shiny. Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want my hair to be extra long if it's going to look nasty 90% of the time. I cannot commit to that.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And the other thing I'll say, and look, this might catch some hate, but I don't think Americans know how to shower or clean themselves. And then they come out with these trends of like, we're going to do it once a week. It's like, come on.
We know you were doing that before.
You weren't doing it right when you were doing it every day. You weren't scrubbing. I've gotten in so many arguments with people where they're like, yeah, like you don't need to. I've heard this from the mouths of many people, and I get. Look, I was also born here. I'm also American, I guess, but I've heard this from many people saying that they don't have to actually put soap on their body because they'll just wash their hair and they'll just let the soap and the water just go down.
I hear that all the time too.
And it's like, you know what? We've noticed because you smell like what's inside your underwear. Disgusting. Scrub everything.
I know. Oh my gosh. There's even like the debate on loofah or no loofah.
Look, I don't care. It could be a kitchen sponge. Whatever it needs to be, just scrub it.
I like the African sponges, the African loofahs. Have you seen those?
I've seen it. I don't have one. I have the Korean ones.
Oh, I don't even know what that is. But the African ones they're like kind of like a rag.
Like this spirally one, right?
Yeah. And then there's like and then you just scrub yourself and it's like a loofah, but it's not supposed to hold bacteria because you can just kind of like air dry it. Yeah.
I've actually read that got debunked about loofahs, that they don't hold as much bacteria as people say they do. It's better to use one than not.
That's a fight I have with my boyfriend all the time.
Yeah, get him one. Yeah, the Korean ones, like, they're just like these, kind of these rags too, and then there's like a hole in the middle so you can like put it in your hand. Oh, cool. Like a little glove and then scrub. And yeah, it's great for like getting the ears, all the stuff. Back. It's great for like trying to get rid of like getting like strawberry legs or whatever. It's really good for exfoliating. Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's the other thing. If you put your finger behind your ear and you like use your nail to like scratch it and stuff is getting under your nail, you don't know how to shower. And you need to watch a YouTube video, say a prayer, do something.
Ew. But yes, I feel like we need to spread awareness on this. I think more showers are a good thing.
Yeah, and there's nothing better than someone that smells good.
Yeah. A shower a day.
Keeps the stank away.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
Yeah, there's nothing cute about having like a little green cloud following you around.
No. Especially
sad.
after the gym. Going back to that. Because, yes, I agree. Like, sometimes it's hard to, like, do a full body, like, wash your hair, like you're running late or whatever. And that's when dry shampoo for those emergencies, you know,
Yeah.
it's there. But if you can wash your body, do it.
Yeah. And you should make time for it. Self-care, it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a self-esteem thing too, right? Because, like, you might get self-conscious if you, like, are smelling bad, you're looking bad. It's, like, not helping you.
It's true.
Yeah. I can't. It's disgusting. Also, one thing I learned, and this is, like, for any postpartum ladies too, but really anybody. The benzoyl peroxide thing, you can use that on your pits and help even more, like, with the smell. Because, I mean, I don't know if anyone else struggles with this, but after I had kids, like, right after, like, the postpartum stages, I kind of smelled like onion, and I couldn't get rid of it.
All the hormones. Onion.
Yeah. It was something nasty. And so I used that, and it helped a lot. Because I was using deodorant and showering and all the things, but there was just, like, this little faint nastiness in the air.
An odor that wouldn't go away.
Yeah. And it was definitely me. Yeah.
There was no way to blame the husband on that one.
I tried. Could not, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was like breastfeeding or something or just, hormones, but it was just, But the benzoyl peroxide really helped. Like, and even now, if I'm like going through a phase where I feel like there's just more bacteria, I use that. And then I do my regular routine, and then it just like, smells good.
Hey, that's
It's important.
a good little thing. The camera turned off.
Oh, why?
The next thing I want to know. I am a huge advocate of the period disc. I love it. And I've been trying to get Crystal to get on it too.
Yeah.
And you tried it on your last period, so.
Bought in. Honestly.
Good! Game changer, right?
It really is. I was talking to my sister about this too, because I think she brought it up at some point. And I kind of disregarded her, because she also tried to get me into like the Diva cup. I hate that. It sucks. It's terrible. I couldn't figure it out. It was messy. I don't know. And so I kind of disregarded her when she said it. And then I was talking to her about this the other day. And I was like, I tried it. But really, because you said it. And yeah, it was just great. Honestly, it takes a little bit of just kind of figuring out where it's supposed to go. But once you do.
There's a little bit of a learning curve.
Like, all night, just changed it after like 12 hours each time or whatever. It turned off again.
Yeah.
So stupid. Bad thing.
All right, keep telling me how much you love the period disc.
I love it. Honestly, it works so well. So it took me like 5 minutes to figure out how it works, but once I did, it was great. Honestly, even like, and I know you mentioned this, but like even like my cramps felt better immediately. I think, I don't know if it's like the pressure or something, but it just really helped.
Yeah. And
no leaks, no anything. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
Honestly,
and it just like empties itself out when you go to the bathroom. I
know, it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. I think it's one of the best like inventions for women.
I know.
That's ever existed.
And we needed it. Honestly,
we did.
I just think about being a kid and just, is it overheating again?
I think it is.
Oh, this is so dumb.
Alright, our technical difficulties keep getting in the way of us talking about this period discs. But we need to get all the girls on it because
it's the best.
Truly life-changing.
It really is. I feel like some of my most like traumatizing moments as like a teenager or a young kid was just getting my period at school and just like it being out of control and whatever and just not knowing what to do. That is just such a good solution. It just works really, really well. Mm-hmm. And just, I don't know.
You don't have to worry about having like tampons in every purse and everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about like making a mess and all the different things. The best thing is just the cramps. Like, for me,
It
with
really
the
helped,
it's
yeah.
it's like a night and day difference. Like, a lot of the time, I'll still have like backup tampons, you know, if I do get my period and I'm not expecting it or whatever. And I'll put a tampon in until I can get home and change it out for the disc. And it's a huge difference. I put a tampon in, I will have cramps.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I switch it out, it's like, it's gone.
It's fine. I had a friend like years ago tell me about the discs, but I just saw a picture of it and I'm like, I don't know where that goes. And I just completely dismissed it. And my life could have been so much better these last several years,
Right?
but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's really nice.
now it's all uphill from here.
I recommend it, honestly. Yeah. I was talking to my sister and she was saying like, yeah, like I had to be on this long flight and I didn't have to worry about it at all. I just put it in and it was great and I was comfortable and I was like, oh my gosh, where has that been all my life? But
No, for real.
yeah, I bought a bunch. I'm stocked up forever
What
until menopause.
freaking miracle. Do you use the disposable ones or did you get
I
a
bought
silicone
both.
one?
I've only used the disposable ones so far because I am intimidated on how to clean the other one. But I'm going to try that out next time and I'm going to see it.
Yeah. Just boil some hot water.
Just dump on it.
Just wash it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I love it. Honestly, it's so nice. It was just amazing.
I'm glad you had a good experience because I was also worried. I was like, I love it so much and I've hyped it up so much. I was like, I don't know like if you hate it. I'd be surprised, but
I'm not gonna lie, when I took it out of the packaging, I was like, girl, what do you mean I pinch it and then I shove? Like, where is this going? Is this just like a slide for the blood or what? And no, I just have to like.
Did you watch any videos or see like I think they have like a little diagram, like it shows sort of like your cervix, like how it goes in and just sits.
It probably would have gone faster if I had looked at the picture. I was just toughing it out. And I was just like, I just followed your instructions.
Just eyeballing it.
I mean, I couldn't, but I just was like, this seems right. And then I just did it until it seemed like it was in the right spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
honestly,
is, that's how it goes.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Being a woman. Honestly, I have these moments and it just makes me hate men more. It's like, why us? But it's fine. I know.
And you can pee on the side of the road.
I know. You could have let us have like one thing.
I know, right?
It's messed up.
They don't have to carry children. They don't have to do anything.
I'm not gonna lie. I was reading about this a while ago, but there's no like, I mean, we haven't been married that many years, but there was no moment in my life where I felt more rage for my husband than when I was like newly postpartum and it was the middle of the night and I was trying to breastfeed because that was the whole other journey and I was just tired with the baby on my boob and I looked over and he was snoring and I was like, I understand murder now. It's like, I get it. I don't think I would do it, but like, I get it.
But I get it. And no one would even think it's you because there's no real motive, you know? It's just, there's motive.
There's motive. I was like, actually,
I take it back.
Suspect number one. And I mean, he did do stuff for the baby and all of that, but it does suck where it's like, I'm the default for everything because my body is the one that makes the kids. My body's the one that pushes it out. My body's the one that feeds them. And it's like,
yeah.
You could have at least like traded it off or something, you know? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so then pumping, I guess, helps because then it's like, you know what? You do the nights. You have the milk. Figure it out. Good night.
The milk is now yours. Okay, I saw this one thing that apparently back in the day when formula wasn't like really a thing, pumping wasn't really a thing, and some moms obviously still couldn't produce milk, or situations where like the mom died during birth or whatever and the baby still needs the milk.
Yeah.
The way that they would get that milk for the baby was through a baby goat. And so there's like actual pictures of like, I think it was called like a nursing goat. And there's like pictures of babies just like on the teat of a goat.
That's interesting.
I was like, whoa,
That's
this is so cool. And then I told my mom, and she didn't think it was that interesting. I was like, this is so cool.
Honestly, it would be such a perfect moment to then again roast the guy, because it's like the goat can do it.
This goat is more helpful than you.
More of a parent than you. Just roast them. Honestly, I mean, that's so crazy. Funny. That's interesting. I mean, I only could have like goat's milk when I was younger because I'm lactose intolerant. So
oh, really?
I don't think I've ever nibbled on the goat's teeth, but
your mom gave you milk, right, from her boobies?
I think so, up until a certain point, but then after that it had to be
up to a certain point.
Yeah.
Hopefully. It's still not.
Well, yeah. But I mean, like, I don't think it was long term. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Milk production is hard. It's tough. The whole thing is just such a freaking nightmare.
I hear so many horror stories. It actually terrifies me of.
Yeah. I would hate it. It was like infuriating when I would talk to anybody about it, because it always hurt for me, and I didn't do it for very long because my milk production sucked, but it always hurt. And I would talk to people and they're like, it's not supposed to hurt. And I'm like, okay.
Thank you.
It's like, shut up. First off, it's like, lucky you, it's not the same for everyone. And guess what, like, they make you, I mean, at least now they make you see like a what is it called, lactation consultant at the hospital, like when you're freshly postpartum, and she like did the whole thing, and she's like, oh yeah, he's not latching, he's not wanting to do it. And it's like, okay, I knew it was a him problem, not me. I'm doing what I can.
So again, a man is the problem.
I know. Again, it's like, ugh, fine. Yeah. No, crazy. Yeah. People are such jerks about everything with moms, but yeah. That's insane.
No, I was talking to my sisters-in-law the other day about how their kids, when their kids started getting teeth and they were still breastfeeding.
Hell nah. That's crazy. I honestly, like, I never got that far with my kids, but they like would still, even with the gums, just like,
I know. And I was so like bad. Like, it hurts just like, I've never gone through it, but it hurts just thinking about it. Somebody like biting your nipple,
and even just from the suction, it gets like raw. Yeah. And so if they're biting on top of it, it's like, and it's insane because like you talk, women have it so bad, it's crazy. Because then you talk to the doctor and they're like, oh, that's normal. You can buy this like little like stainless steel little plate thing, and then put like olive oil in your nipple, and then put the olive plate on top of your nipple. And I'm like, why are we doing this? This sucks.
I know. We need like a period disc for this situation. Like, there needs to be a better solution.
I know. Most people are like, formula. But
just give up.
I know. Seriously. Yeah. Honestly, pumping hurt less than breastfeeding, so I did that for a bit. But it's still annoying because you have to like pump every other hour for an hour, and then you're just connected to a machine, or like
every other hour
at first, because you're trying to like stimulate the milk to come in.
Oh my gosh.
So like you're not sleeping because you're either with the baby or you're pumping, and then people are like, can we come visit? And it's like, no.
I'm like, either sleeping or pumping.
Yeah. It's the worst. Yeah. But it's fine. I mean, it's worth it, but it's crazy.
Is there they should have like a pumping thing that you can pump while sleeping. You know, it's like
they don't have that
to you.
That's, I mean, so naive. But I thought the one that you put in your bra, that you could do that, but you can't. It leaks out.
Because there's lay down.
Yeah, you can't lay down with it because it leaks out. You have to be sitting up in order for it to do the suction and whatever. And the first time I like laid down because I was so tired, and it just leaked all over me, which is so much sadder because it's like you're still feeling like the pain of the pump, or like just the milk, and then losing the milk is like the most, I don't know how to explain it. It's like all that work.
Yeah. And it's like, and from what I understand, when you pump, like there's not that much milk that comes from it, right? Like you get like
some people get a lot, but I never did, honestly. Like the most, when I was producing like the most, I would get like 2 ounces at a time, per boob.
Dang.
And it's like after 45 minutes of pumping. And
Yeah.
it's so then, and that it happened a couple times where like I was moving it to a different bottle and then it spilled, and it's like an hour's worth of work. It's so sad.
That is so sad. Oh my gosh.
But-
Yeah, that would be frustrating. Freaking men, yeah. You don't see them offering up. Actually, you do see them offering up their body, but for a much different part of the process.
I'm telling you, it's not fair. It's so rude. Yeah, honestly. And I mean it, and my husband is so sweet, but I definitely got so like so much rage towards him because of that, because I'm like, I hate this. Like, you
I will.
can't even contribute more if you tried. It's so annoying.
I will 100%. I like be the same. I'm sure. I'm gonna be so rationally mad.
Oh, I was irrationally mad. Definitely the person at the hospital pushing, being like, "You did this to me! You ever?
This is your fault."
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
fine. You know,
Yeah.
it's all fun and games.
But that reminds me, I was reading this, I think it was like a TikTok thread sort of thing that was, what's the nicest thing a man has ever done for you? What's the kindest thing a man has ever done for you? And
I love how we're turning this around. It's like, now we're gonna be nice to them. It
Yeah.
got too dark. Okay.
yeah. We're bringing it back.
Okay, I respect it.
I know. I mean, anything else you want to say
No.
before we turn this around?
No, I'm on board.
The floor is always open to trash on them. Don't get me wrong.
Love it.
No, but I was actually like, I actually teared up when I was reading the comments, because it was like, people were like, I think my favorite one was, I was moving away, and I was on a road trip moving my stuff, and my car broke down, and I was really like freaking out, and he drove over 1,000 miles to meet me and help me move my stuff. I love you, Dad. Like, rest in peace. It was like the cutest. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. It's like 2 a.m. I'm crying in my bed over this like stranger story, but
Yeah.
it was everything was about their dads though, you know. And I was like, that wasn't like the intention of the post.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's actually so sweet.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know. I was like, all these girls commenting on like the stuff that their dad had done for them. And I was like,
That's really cute.
aw.
Think about that. Do you have any stories? Any good ones to share?
Now I'm like, my poor dad. I can't think of any.
Well, step up, Dad.
Yeah, gotta step up.
Trying to think if I have any. I mean,
Poor dad.
no,
I'm sure they've done great stuff.
well, I do have one. My dad he always had like this guitar while we were growing up. He bought it at some point. I don't know if it was like when he was dating my mom or when they were first married. He had it for like a few years, and we weren't allowed to touch it. And he would play for us though all the time, but he just wanted to make sure that we weren't gonna break it, because
Yeah.
we were gonna probably if we had touched it. Anyway, but at some point, I think I was like 14, 15, I don't know. I decided I was gonna learn how to play it, and I wanted to like surprise him, but I like didn't have a guitar, so I was using the one I wasn't supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And he caught me a couple times, and he was totally fine with it, and he was like so excited that I was wanting to learn. And then before I left for college, well, at some point he bought me my own guitar, and then before I left for college, we swapped guitars, so I got to keep the one that he had forever. So I still have it. That was really sweet.
That is so sweet.
Yeah.
Does he miss it ever?
I don't know. I did like at some point between like moving from like student housing and whatnot, it like bumped a little bit, and like so there's like a little crack on it. So he saw it at some point, and he was like, "Oh, what happened?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry." He's like, "It's fine." It's like it's almost 30 years old, but it's a really nice one, and it works really well. But
An
yeah.
heirloom. That's so
Sounds it.
sweet. That's cute.
Yeah.
That's a cute story.
There was also, this one was less nice.
I can think of stuff that's like not like, there was one time I got stranded in Brazil. It was, my visa stuff wasn't getting figured out.
Yeah.
And when it finally did, this is gonna sound like so stupid, but my dad surprised me with like first class tickets back to the US, which I'd never flown first class, and so I thought that was the coolest thing.
I mean, that is really nice.
That's awesome.
Expensive gift.
That's an expensive gift.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That is sweet. Honestly, that is very, very nice.
I know. After that, I was like, this is the luxury travel. Like, I would never complain about traveling if I was traveling.
Yeah.
First class every time, you know?
Yeah.
You just have like your little corner. A different level.
I don't know if I've flown first class. I think I did like executive once. It was something like that. I was flying to Brazil to help.
Okay, that's my yeah. I was gonna say I think that it was, but like, it's still really class.
Nice. Yeah. I was flying by myself for the first time, going to Brazil to visit, and my dad surprised me with like first class or executive tickets too to go down, and because I was so scared, and he was like, maybe you'll be less scared if it's this, and I was distracted by the luxury. I wasn't even afraid anymore. I was like, I could do this all day. And
every time you travel now, you have to pretend you're scared.
And I've upgraded to a different level of bratness that like nothing below this will do. It is very nice. Yeah. Just getting to fully lay down. I had never done that.
Fully lay down? Yeah. You're out like the whole flight.
Yeah.
You have this nice little like big enough TV that you can actually see what's going on. There's nobody like smushing you, you know, like,
or just farting it up the whole flight. Yeah. I've been in some situations. Like, it's also like a 12-hour flight to Brazil, and it's like, can you just...
It's like a whole day, yeah. No, I've been in some flights that are just like, oh, like, I don't know. You're on the brink of survival. You're just like, I don't know how I'm gonna make, like, make it through another 5 hours of this when it's already been, like, 10.
I know.
Just, like, sitting there.
I have to get myself to fall asleep, otherwise I go insane.
I have a whole system to my traveling now. Have you ever tried muscle relaxers?
I did. They gave me some when I was pregnant. It was amazing. I was on a cloud.
They're amazing. Like the patches, the ones. Have you?
Oh no, they gave me a pill.
A pill. I've never tried a pill. Somebody gave me these patches, which honestly I don't even know if you can buy that over the counter. But it was this guy gave them to me, and
in a dark alley.
Sounds legit. And no, but it was literally such a game changer. On my flight, I was going to Asia. I was going to Indonesia or something, and I just put that on like my back and anywhere that like felt a little uncomfortable. And it just, like, relaxed me so much. It felt like a first-class experience.
I need it. I need it for my sciatica so I can go to bed at night.
A muscle relaxer.
There's no name on the...
patches. I have some. I can look at the name. I can give you one, too.
Oh, tell me. I want to...
And, yeah. They were
pill
so
was amazing.
Nice.
I had a fall when I was pregnant. Like, I didn't, like... hit the belly or anything, but I messed up my pelvic bone, and they gave me muscle relaxers and oxy, and they told me to take it together.
Yeah.
I was so comfortable. I felt like I was laying down on a cloud, and I actually was able to sleep.
Yeah, you were on oxy. I didn't know you could take that while you were pregnant.
I neither, but they had given me postpartum before, but no one. What happened now? Yeah, do you want to just finish it with the audio?
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
But
that was fantastic.
Well, yeah, so even with, well, I bet, like, the pill would be really nice, too, a muscle relaxing pill.
Yeah.
Because it probably relaxes, like, your whole body.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the patch is more
Concentrated.
concentrated on.
That sounds really nice, though. I need
Yeah.
to buy me some. That sounds amazing.
Oh my gosh, I just put it on my back. I have, like, my compression socks, a mask.
Fully prepped.
Oh, fully prepped.
That sounds very doable, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My melatonin gummies. I have to take some.
All kinds of gummies.
Honestly, I wonder.
That's probably a trip. I'd probably get arrested or something just because I probably would panic or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know enough about getting high to know how that would be on an airplane. If it would make it a better experience or a more miserable experience.
Because you're already high.
Badooms.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what that's like. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
something worth trying, though.
Yeah, I think it's a bucket list item for sure. Gotta do it at least once.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, something I have not watched at all, but is all the hype right now, and I know that you've watched it, is The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes.
And I want to know what your thoughts are on it.
I was entertained, honestly. I made Josh watch it with me. We watched the whole thing over the weekend.
I know men.
I
know.
I had to force him like the first 10 minutes, and then the rest he's like, who does she think she is? I'm like, yeah, boy.
Yeah. You go to change the channel. He's like, what are you doing?
Like, do you want to watch something else? Oh, no, I'm okay with this. This is okay.
This is fine. I mean, if you really want to, it's okay with me.
Yeah, he was bought in. It was good. Honestly, like, did you ever watch the first season?
No, I didn't. I've seen a lot of stuff on TikTok, so I know, like, the gist of a lot of it, but...
One thing that just drives me crazy, and I think it's so funny. So, you know the original, like, swinger scandal, right? It was, like, the three girls, like, I think it's Camille, Miranda, and Taylor. Like, the original, like, mom talk people.
Yes, I know Taylor and Miranda. I actually don't know who Camille is.
She's, like, the third girl that was always in, like, the first few videos with him. She wasn't a part of the swinger scandal, but she was a part of, like, the original, like, mom talk or whatever that blew up.
Okay.
And then there were all these, like, random girls that they would bring in for the dances and whatever. But they weren't really mom talk. They were just, like, no one really cared who the other girls were. They didn't have as big of a following, and like, it's not like I despise them. But I just thought it was really annoying because when the show came out, people were thinking, or at least I was thinking, that it was going to be about the swinger thing and the original mom talk people. But only Taylor was a part of it.
Yeah.
And so all these other people are just, like, they only have a show because of her.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, people tune in to watch Taylor. And then, like, they didn't know who the other people were and then maybe got to know them.
Yeah.
But then in season 2, they bring out Miranda, the other girl that was a part of the original thing. And then these women are like, why does she want to be a part of it now? Like, what are her intentions? And it's like, shut up. You would not be here without her. Also, like, no one cares about you. I don't know what your name is. Like, literally, the original girls are the ones that are popular. I just thought it was so funny. Because they're like, what are the intentions? It's like, one, make money. This is not The Bachelor.
No,
like,
I know. Nobody's trying to pretend. Nobody is even gonna buy into the pretense that you're in this for the right reasons.
And it's like, you're not in it for the friendship because y'all hate on each other and you're terrible friends to each other. Right? Like, we're not.
What other reason is there possibly to be on this show? Tell me. Like,
literally, it's insane.
They're all chasing money, which honestly I don't even. No judgment. If like that is the reason to do it. I would, if I had the opportunity to make like millions of dollars off of like being on a reality TV show.
My price is not even that high.
A free dinner.
Honestly. Yeah. I mean, I totally understand that. But it's also like, you guys would not, no one would care if it wasn't for these original girls. And so they're like being really mean to her just for a few episodes, but still. I was like, and she was taking it so humbly, and I could never. I would have been like, who are you?
And that's why you should be on that.
I don't know if I have the patience, because I would just be like, shut up. And then we wouldn't have a recording. Because some of the things they were fighting about, too, were so...
You would make good TV, I think.
Interesting.
You would come at them. You would snap back.
And then I would just drive home. And leave them to, like, I'm just going to unpin this grenade. And just throw it in. And then...
That would be,
out.
like, your character's, like, MO. You just come in, you say a few words, and you leave.
I know.
And it's always just a shot of, like, your car driving away.
My biggest contribution is leaving the conversation.
Yeah.
I honestly, and I mean, maybe it triggered a reaction, so maybe they're doing their jobs right, but it just annoyed me so much. And I honestly, maybe they didn't do a good job, because honestly, for the first few episodes, I just wanted to skip through that, because it's like, this is nonsense. And also, like, if you guys are all about promoting women, supporting women, or whatever, wouldn't it be such a better story? Like, she had just gotten a divorce. She has a single mom. She's TikTok famous or whatever. She's part of the original group. Wouldn't it be such a better story to be like, oh my gosh, we're so happy that you're joining us.
Yeah.
And that you're part of this. Let's get to know you.
Oh, no.
But instead it was like, and I know that it's not supposed to be all about, like, friendships and rainbows and whatever, the freaking, like, braiding each other's hair. I get that. It has to be a little spicy. But it just made you, like, it made me hate the other girls. It's like, y'all are stupid. No one would care about you if it wasn't for the original people. They started this.
100%.
Like, 99% of you weren't a part of the swinger scandal, and that's what people were curious about.
I hate it when there's that, the fake women supporting women theme that a lot of things try to be.
Yeah.
But they're not, you know?
Yeah.
Especially, like, I even saw somebody else commenting on it, how every possible thing that each girl wanted and needed support on, they were bashed by the other girls.
So harshly.
You know? Yeah. And it's like, okay, where is the women supporting women in any of this? Like...
And I think it's interesting because, like, there would be drama regardless, right? Because friendships are difficult, and, like, if you have different backgrounds or whatever. But I think it would just be so much more interesting for them to have productive conversations and, like, work through issues and talk about real things. Yeah. I think that's just more compelling at this point, because it's like everyone's just so tired of the same, like, washed out, like, same petty, annoying drama. Like, sometimes being petty, I'm okay with that. But, like, all the time, it's like, I'm bored. Yeah. Because it's the same script, different show. Yeah. And, yeah. But there were some other things that were kind of interesting. So, in the first season, there's this one girl. Supposedly, she's, like, the most Mormon out of all of them. But, and again, like, I'm going to sound judgmental. I'm not. But, like, everyone chooses to live, you know, in the church differently. That's totally fine. But I think it's so funny because they pick one of the girls as, like, the most, like, saintly girl. Uh-huh. And she's still, like, she would be considered very much rebellious on every part of the book, but whatever. Anyway, she's married to this guy, and
they do definitely depict the Mormon church in a very, I think, wrong light.
I think it's, in some ways it's bad, in some ways it's good. I feel like, I appreciate, like, a more modern, more, like, free-spirited way of, like, you do what works for you vibe. I appreciate that, and I think there should be more of that. Yeah. But I do think I
guess what I mean is, like, I don't think that the way they live truly reflects what the Mormon church at least tries to be.
100%. And I don't know how things are now, but I feel like if I was doing 1% of what any of these girls do, at least how we grew up, we would be in the bishop's office, like, every week. And we would be considered rebellious, like, not obedient, difficult. So it's just interesting how, and I don't know how they're perceived or how things are going or whatever, but I just think it's interesting to portray it that way, because I feel like it would never be accepted, at least in the framework that I know the church. But that's a whole other
can of worms.
But there's this one girl. She's married to this guy. Apparently he's, like, super, super traditional, and so is his family. And she and the girls go to Vegas. And this happens, again, in the first season.
Oh, I remember.
You've heard of that. Okay, yeah. So they take her to Chippendales or whatever. I didn't even know what it was. Funny enough, Josh did. So he explained it to me. But yeah, so they went, took her, and then her husband was like really awful to her, sent her all these messages like, I don't love you anymore, all these different things.
Oh.
Like really, really
That's
harsh. Like, you're a terrible
say,
mother. Yeah. And in the same breath, he was in Vegas too, but gambling in another building. And it's like, all right.
What? So the what was it? Chippendale?
Chippendales? I think.
Chippendales? Is that like a strip club?
I don't think it's a full strip club. I think it's just like a show, and they're basically stripping down. I don't know if it's all the way down, but
kind of like a Magic Mike sort of thing.
I think so. That's my understanding.
Okay.
But anyway, but I guess I'll ask, what are your thoughts on that? Because I had a big debate with Josh about it.
About her going to...
Yeah.
Like whether that's okay or not? Or
yeah.
that in comparison to him gambling?
I just like the dynamic. Like, what do you think of her going and like the blow up that it generated from her spouse?
I feel like it's the kind of thing that... First off, I don't know if I fully understand the scope of the Chippendale thing. Yeah. I feel like if it's just like one show that she's going to, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But also, if it's something that their lifestyle and them as a couple, they've agreed that they wouldn't do things like that.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is context that we may not be privy to. And I don't know if that even is an applicable context. Maybe they've never even had conversations about it. But if that is a kind of thing that they've agreed not to do, and then she goes and does it, then I would have a problem with it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I was talking to Josh about it, and I was like, well, first off, I was explaining to him, I guess, what the girl perspective of it is, too. Because, like, a guy going to the strip club, he's getting a boner, whatever it is. You know what I mean? A girl, it's like, we're going more laughing.
Yeah.
Because it's hysterical. We're not getting turned on. It's more, like, funny.
Yeah.
So I was trying to explain to him what that experience is like. Not that I've done it, but it's just, like, I can only... Even just seeing it on TV, I was like, it's not like I'm drooling. It's like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And maybe that's disrespectful to the profession. I don't know. But it's just like a different vibe. You go with your friends.
It's a different kind of entertaining. Yeah, you're not going there to, like, get off. You're, like, going there to have, like, a fun time with your friends.
And just giggle and just be like, yeah, maybe he's hot, but it's not like I'm getting a reaction on my body for it. Yeah. It's just, like, other than this is funny.
Right.
Anyway, so I was talking to him about that, but also I totally agree. And I think some of the other girls definitely have a different dynamic with their spouse where, like, their spouses are totally fine with them going to stuff like that because they've talked about it. And I think that's fine. If you guys have agreed that is not a boundary, I agree that that's fine. But, like, I also do agree that even though you might have different perspectives or whatever, if you've talked to your spouse about it and you've agreed together to not do it, I think it's a betrayal to go and do it. Mm-hmm. In the situation, she was kind of tricked into going by her friends, but she could have left, if that was something that they had agreed on. Just because, and again, it's a different situation, but, like, I would have an issue with my husband if he went to a strip club or something with his friends. 100%. That would be a different situation altogether. Yeah. But also, like, we've agreed that that's not something that we do.
Right.
So, but also it's not the type of thing that you would send each other text saying, I don't love you anymore or whatever. It would be, like, 100%. Sitting down, like, hey, this was the boundary we set.
Yeah.
And you crossed it, and, like, I want to understand why.
Yeah, and I do, honestly, and I'm okay with getting, like, hate for this, but I feel like that is the kind of environment and the kind of activity that, out of respect to your spouse, you should check in with them. Like, hey, would you be okay with me going to?
And, like, not in front of your other people. It's, like, a private conversation, so you're not, like, coercing them into a situation they don't want. Yeah, totally. And exactly. I agree. Because I would expect the same respect back.
Yeah.
Anyway, but also I don't appreciate, like, some of the other girls in the group being like, well, he has to be okay with it. And it's like, no one has to be okay with anything. Like, consent goes all the ways. Everyone gets to 100%. Agree to things on their own terms.
Yeah. No, the reaction, it's like the kind of thing I feel like I see this happen a lot between couples where it's like one person does something that isn't okay, you know, within the context of the relationship, or like one person is kind of in the wrong, but then the other person, the way they react puts them in the wrong as well, you know? And so
Yeah.
it's like both people are in the wrong, and then you're like, that neither one of you are really right. You guys aren't
Yeah.
communicating, or there's something missing, but and that kind of feels like it fits into this, where his reaction to the situation doesn't help him in any way. Like,
Yeah. No, I agree.
yeah.
And I think, like, it seems like she's, like, not okay with the gambling, and he was going and doing that. So it's like, you know, we're all crossing boundaries, and so you have to have a conversation. Anyway, they went through therapy. I don't know all that went on. But, like, in the second season, there's, like, a Halloween party. And then these two girls from the group make their husbands dress like the Chippendale people. They fly in a stripper or a performer from them. And then they put her on this, well, they asked her, hey, we're thinking of doing this, having the men dance during the Halloween party. And she's like, oh, that's cool. Like, I think, you know, that sounds fun. But then at the party, they put her on the seat and then had the men dance on her. And then they basically were flipping on her, saying she had agreed to that. And they showed the footage, but she very clearly agreed to having them dance there at a party that's not a party she's throwing, and like making it seem like she's going to be okay with it. She didn't agree to anybody like dancing on her.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of a crazy dynamic too. And it had only been a few months, and it's like, okay, this couple is in therapy, but they have not worked through this.
Yeah.
Now you're putting them on the spot and having your husband's dance on
That
her.
is just
Like,
evil.
right? And then they were just trying to defend it like, oh, it's like exposure therapy or whatever. And I'm like,
You're not her therapist.
and like, I get that you're trying to make a show, but I feel like this is too far. Like, these are real people, and they're married, and they have kids. Like,
Yeah.
and they have stuff to like work through, but like, why would you like try to like throw a grenade in their relationship? I just thought it was so toxic. And they were like defending it because they were like, well, he has to be okay with it. And it's like, he doesn't have to be okay with anything. If they agree as a couple, that's not something. And then I'm not saying like, obviously she has to feel comfortable too in whatever they agree on.
Yeah.
But if they together agree that that's not something that they're going to do, you should respect that. That's okay. Like, that's a choice too. Everyone gets a choice. 100%. I just thought it was really annoying. And they were just trying to like start shiz, which I get it's for the show, but it was also like, if this is real at all, like, you guys are bad friends.
Yeah.
Like, why would you ever, especially when you know, like, they're going through therapy, they're working through this.
Yeah, it's definitely...
You're trying to get a reaction or a fight out of them.
Uh-huh.
That's the only reason you would do that.
It's a very bad look for them.
Yeah, I thought it was really annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, there's a lot I can skip through. There was some nonsense, but essentially, like, the last bit of it is this one girl, this rando, trying to kick out Taylor from the group. Trying to become the leader. And like, I think it's real because she seems annoying as hell.
Is it the Demi
Yeah.
girl?
And the girl from the first season, this is the other thing that really pissed me off. And again, it might be all fake. But in the first season, Whitney was like the mean girl. She was like starting stuff and kind of annoying. And so she got kicked out of the group, basically. And so then in season 2, she's trying to come back in. And so the way that she does it is she kind of like makes friendships with the newer people on the side and this Demi person and tries to be brought in. And they try to like vote her in at some point, or that she asked them to vote her in. And no one says yes except Taylor. And she says, I think she deserves a second chance. Like, I think she's, you know, she wants to be here. And then later in the season, as this Demi girl is being super evil, trying to kick Taylor out, Whitney sides with this Demi girl. And like, yeah, we should get Taylor off. And it's like, wow, you're a bad person.
I just think it's so funny that they're like voting each other out. Out of like mom talk, or out of what?
I guess out of mom talk, out of the show. They were trying to get her kicked out of the show. And I know it sounds really stupid because it is. But also it's like, they're trying to get her, like, the semantics or whatever when you get into it. They're trying to get her, like, fired.
Right.
So she's not getting another deal which is, like, messed up.
But I wonder how much, yeah, but I wonder how much that actually, like, does it, yeah. Because at the end of the day, doesn't it come down to just, like, what the producers choose? And, like, if this is giving context to, like, drama, and then they need a villain. Yeah. And then the best villain would be somebody who's trying to get
I think
You
so,
know,
but I
like-
think in her head she was making Taylor the villain because she was like trying to say all these things about her and whatever and paint this picture of her.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. My take on reality TV is that like it's really produced, but it's like usually like people's real colors tend to come out and because it's triggering like real emotions. But so that's kind of how it came across to me. Like she was just like she had an opportunity to maybe have like a bigger contract next time if she like makes her seem bad enough that like she shouldn't have an audience or a platform. Yeah. And I was like, shut up. Again, it's like, who are you?
Yeah.
Everyone watches it because of her. Like,
right.
And it's satisfying because towards the end, like all the girls are like kind of like seeing how mean this girl is being. And they're like, no, I don't agree with that. We shouldn't kick her out. Like, you know, she didn't do anything bad. She like posted a petty thing. She got invited to host this like AMA thing, this award thing.
Taylor?
Taylor did.
Okay.
And then like no one congratulated her on her post from the group. I don't know. Within like a day. Which again, super petty. So she posted a story saying...
I feel like they need real problems.
I know. For real. They have like there's definitely some things that are real. But yeah, she posted a story saying like when no one from Mom Talk like congratulates you. And I guess some people went and like messaged these other girls being like, you guys are bad friends. And so that was the reason she's trying to get her kicked off because she's like impulsive and mean and all these different things. When it's like, it was petty, but it was stupid. And also no one was talking about you guys. And then she did that. And then some people were like, wow, that was petty. And started talking about you guys again.
Yeah.
It like makes it relevant.
Uh-huh.
So like, and that's what she does all the time. It's like petty or silly or impulsive things. And that's why people like her because it's like a little dramatic. It's not crazy.
She gives the people just enough controversy.
Yeah. Anyway, so they were like trying to frame her as like a bad person because she did that. Because she has so many followers and she sent her minions to like hate on the other girls. And it's like, girl, be real. She got engagement on your page. Yeah. And like, who cares?
And you're getting the money from it.
I know.
Yeah, see, my take on reality TV is just usually that it's just all fake.
Yeah, and it might be.
Yeah.
I think they pay people to act a certain way and emphasize other things to then stir the pot. Like one of the girls was struggling with fertility and then the other one definitely got paid to bring in like pregnancy tests so they could do pregnancy roulette. And they knew two of the girls were pregnant to get the other girl to cry.
Yeah. Have you watched, I think we might have talked about this. What was it called? Unreal? I think that's what it's called. And ever since watching that, I like, obviously that is not real, but it just, to me, after watching it, I was like, I think that is probably a lot of what reality TV is actually like, where everything is just, like, highly produced and highly edited too.
Yeah. I agree.
Which, but, like, I get the entertainment value of reality TV because it's still like it's still something
triggers emotions.
Yeah, triggers emotions and it's like everything else is fake too.
Yeah.
But I do get so annoyed with the people that I see that debate it so heavily or watching it, they get like so invested in who's right and who's wrong when it's like honestly probably at the end of the day they are all just laughing at us because we're buying into whatever, like, drama they're curating.
Totally. I think I don't really know how it works, but it almost seems to me like a few people get paid to do certain things in certain situations, and then there's a few people that are not in the know, and then they become the victims in that take or whatever, and so that's how you get, like, some of the reactions that... here and there that are real, but there's definitely a lot of things that are fake. I don't know. There's also, okay, this is unrelated, but I felt like this was so exploitative, and I guess exploitative, or however you say it. And I know that she agreed to it, but there was this one girl who, she got, like, sexually abused when she was younger, and they made her, like, do a therapy session that they recorded and put it on the show in season 2. I thought that was such a, like, poor taste.
Yeah, that is...
It was, like, I don't know, like... in my brain, I'm like, how did they rationalize this? Like, maybe they're trying to make people feel more comfortable. Maybe people like that fear going into therapy. They want to, like, normalize that setting for people or something. But it's also, like, it just felt dirty. I just felt so uncomfortable.
It's
because,
like an
they're making me
invasion
talk
of
about it.
privacy. It feels like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just never appropriate, and I feel like it's not done very much because of that, because it doesn't land. And
It doesn't land well because it is like
Yeah.
you're using a very sensitive topic and a very sensitive setting to promote like an entertainment
Yeah.
show, you know, like, because yeah.
Also, it doesn't make sense to me to be like this super petty drama, whatever show, but then try to like flip to like, let's talk about these really serious topics about these people's lives, and then like, let's do a therapy session. It just felt like so.
Not the context.
Yeah, it's like this was not pitched by the same person that was pitching everything else. And then it just was, yeah, it did not land. I just felt really uncomfortable by that. And like there was other things that they've shared that I feel like are maybe too personal, but if the person's okay with it, it's fine. Like talking about infertility, or there was like another girl that was talking about like she lost a boyfriend like in a car accident when they were in college or whatever.
Oh,
Like
that'd be tough.
yeah, like some really like tough situations, but it's been a few years. They've worked through it, but they're talking about it, and it's like relatable and interesting and makes you care about the person or the character because
Yeah.
you see the layers. But like the therapy session, I
Yeah.
was like, this is weird.
Yeah, yeah. Also because it's therapy, you know? You're not just talking about what happened. You're like diving deep into a person's like psyche, you know?
Yeah.
Which I guess I didn't see it, so I don't know fully like
They
how.
kept it mostly like surface level, but it was still, it was like at one point the therapist was like, which I feel like as a therapist you should never agree to be on TV
Well,
like this. Which
that's
thought
what I was
crazy.
gonna say. I
It's
wonder.
like you should know better.
I wonder what if it like actually is a real therapist or if it
Yeah.
was just like a. But
It may be, I don't know. But she like tells her like to talk to her, the therapist, as the abuser. Like, what would you say to him? And it's like, this, we should not be here for this. Like, this feels inappropriate, and like,
yeah, I feel like it would have been like in better taste for if they wanted to include this like storyline in the episode, for her to be talking to one of her friends and tell her about the experience of going to therapy, you
I
know,
agree.
rather than the actual therapy session.
or even like, feel like there's certain topics that we don't get to know about, we shouldn't know about. Like, you can know maybe surface level if she's okay to share that, but like, we should know very much about.
Yeah.
Or it should be shared in a different way. I don't know. But I feel like it would have made more sense, at least for like the theme of the show, how they go to like these, they promote all these different things. Like it would be cool to see her like working with a charity, or like some work that she's doing to help other people that have gone through something similar, and then promoting that charity so like the viewers can go show some support. I feel like something like that would have been like better fitting for the situation.
A different kind of promotion for sure.
And I mean, I think she's gone. I haven't watched it, but I think she went on like a podcast and she talked more in depth about her situation, which I feel like it's totally fine. Like if she wants to share her story, she totally can. I just feel like this show tried to like abuse that, and I didn't really like it.
Yeah, of that situation. Yeah. That is, yeah, very interesting.
I know. It was layered, but yeah. I mean, it's entertaining, but also kind of annoying, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm actually I've heard so many people talk about just how it is the best of trash TV. So it's made me a little bit curious to maybe watch it.
Yeah.
But
I definitely think they should incorporate more of like the church stuff, because I feel like that's the part that people are really curious about, and I feel like they just live a normal life.
Yeah.
And they gloss over church topics, so I feel like it would be interesting to like give more people context and more like information. But I think they really just use the Mormon in the title for the buzzword or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if maybe I'll watch it and we could do a segment or something, give some people some context of church stuff.
Yeah.
Because we know a lot. But yeah, I think this has been a fun episode. We had a few technical difficulties, but it It's been
Still kicking.
Yeah, been great. But yeah, if you like what you heard, follow us on TikTok at TheRealTSBU. Follow us on YouTube. It definitely helps us out. And give us a follow on your favorite platform, your favorite podcast platform. And let us know how we're doing too, if there's anything we should change or talk about. But yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
watching.
Bye.
I think that was like 2 hours long. Yeah.